What you guys, got another video here for you. Another major error after a Windows 11 update. Microsoft seem to be pushing out updates without major testing, and of course you end up with a massive problem like this one if you end up updating all the time right away. This is why I always tell people to wait at least 5 weeks before they start rolling out updates, because you end up with major problems like this blue screen of death after you update. Now this is the KB5029351. If you roll this update out, it's possible the blue screen error of death will occur if you have a certain type of motherboard or CPU. It will give you a blue screen of death that looks just like this one that says unsupported processor. Now this is important because once you've updated your version of Windows and you restart the PC, it will give you that blue screen of death if you've got that processor or motherboard on the system that it doesn't like. And this is a major problem for the average person who doesn't know how to get to Windows and remove that update from the computer. So you're going to need to uninstall that update to make it be able to boot back up again. Now, if you don't know how to do that, then obviously that is going to be a major problem for you. But you will be able to see the quality updates inside the history there. If you've already updated and you're having no problems, then you should be okay. Now, Microsoft is still investigating the issue. They haven't said what is causing the problem. But you can see here, if you wanted to reschedule the actual update, you can do by clicking on schedule and changing this to another time to update, or maybe restart, or maybe if you want to pause it completely. If it's not installed yet, you can hit the pause button here and pause it for 5 weeks until Microsoft resolve this issue if you're a bit unsure whether your processor is in that category. Microsoft haven't listed what is the problem just yet. They haven't listed all of the processors or motherboards that might be causing this issue. So if you want to play Russian roulette with your Windows updates, by all means, and update it straight away. A lot of people have probably already updated and are having no issues at all. I don't know how large scale this issue is, or whether it's just a small problem with a small few processors, but on the known issues website, which is Microsoft's website, they do actually give you a full list of all the known issues that are happening with this Windows update, which is the KB5029351. And you can see here the date it was released to the general public. So it does give you an unsupported underscore processor error, which will be the blue screen of death. Microsoft have received reports of an issue in which users are receiving this error. And basically what that means is once you've done the update and restart your PC, there's a chance you could receive the unsupported underscore processor error, which is your blue screen of death. And that means you're not going to be able to start up into Windows the way you would normally, and you would have to find a way of uninstalling this particular type of update. Now, Microsoft have also said there has been cases where the update hasn't gone well during that process and it's uninstalled itself. So there is a chance that you might be one of those people where it uninstalls itself, and then Microsoft are saying you should not attempt to reinstall the update right away. You should pause it to stop it updating again. Another thing they're trying to say is it's not their problem. The update is working perfectly fine. They're saying it's to do with the hardware manufacturers that are causing this problem. And of course, it's always the blame game, trying to palm off the blame to someone else. Again, really, when you're supporting this amount of different types of hardware, these problems are bound to arise when you're supporting the amount of different computers and hardware that Microsoft do. And this is why I always tell people that if this was Linux and they had the amount of users that Windows were supporting, you would start seeing problems too with their operating system, because now they'll be supporting a ton of different hardware. And this is when problems start to show themselves, when you're supporting this amount of computers and different hardware across the board. It's going to come up with some issues when you do Windows updates. So that is pretty much it. That is the issue. What Microsoft is suggesting are that you go to the feedback hub inside Windows and report the issue right there, and try to give them as much information of what's happening. Well, that would be useful if you could boot into the actual operating system, So I'm not sure how you're supposed to report this on the feedback hub if you can't boot into Windows because you've got a blue screen of death. That means you'd need either a bootable Windows USB flash drive, and you could boot into that and get into the advanced options, or you can get into advanced options after you've had a failed restart on the computer. After about 3 attempts, it will go into this option where you'll be able to get to advanced options and uninstall updates from there. Choose the update that is causing the issue and uninstall it. And once that's done, you should be able to restart the PC, and you should be able to get to the desktop. And then obviously you can then put a pause on that Windows update. And this is why I tell people time and time again, put your Windows updates on manual and update when you're ready. When there's no issues with that update, you can then roll out that update. Generally within a couple of weeks, you would know whether there's a major problem with these Windows updates. Don't just update them straight away, because if you do that, you're going to end up with problems. Now with this one, we did pause this update, and if you want to resume this update, you just click on resume updates and it will start to download that update once Microsoft have rolled out fixes for that particular update, and you should be up and running in no time at all. And this is why you don't update Windows right away. You always hold off a little while until you know that the update is good and it's not going to cause any problems. Anyway, with that said, my name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Hope this video has been some sort of use to you. Just want to say a quick shout out to all my YouTube members who join my YouTube members group. I really do appreciate the support. I shall catch you in the very next video, or I'll see you on the Discord server for a chat. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.